was a good game for a couple of different reasons and a bad game for a couple of different reasons. The Montreal Canadiens were playing the Carolina Hurricane in Raleigh, in Carolina zone. They haven't won in Carolina since 1962, but these are two important points. Montreal is still fighting to stay among the top 3 in the Atlantic. Buffalo, of all teams, are nipping at their heels. Can Montreal come out big tonight and win a game in Carolina? Let's talk about it.
These 2 points. Oh, and hey.
So this was just another game in the difficult schedule that Montreal's had over the past month. I was worried about this game. Carolina gives them a hard time. If you remember back to last season, they achieved their last point beating Carolina at home when Carolina was essentially playing their AHL team. And it was still kind of a hard fight. Carolina has one of those teams in the league where at times I think that they could make a real run for the cup, but they always just seem to like get to the top of the hill and run out of gas. This year could be their year. I don't know, but I mean, well, let's just be honest. Even if they beat the team in the conference finals, I don't think that they're beating whoever wins the conference finals in the West. Tonight was an interesting game. Let's run it down. First of all, I want to thank you for your support. Not the last Canada game for the World Juniors, but the video before that. You guys came out in droves. Thank you so much for all the comments, all of your subscriptions. Welcome to the community, everyone who's new. If you are not subscribed, I'd like to invite you to join. I'd really appreciate it. We're well on our way to 25,000 subscribers. Like we could fill the Bell Center. That's truly bonkers to think about. So, on faut commencer avec la formation de départ. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup. Nos attaquants, our forwards, we had Caufield, Suzuki, Texier, Slafkovsky, Kapanen, Demidov, Bolduc, Danault, Anderson, Blais, Veleno, Gallagher. No defenseman, Engstrom, Dobson, Hutson, Carrier, Jacques, Struble, and I don't think that those lines ever paired that way. Maybe for short shifts, but they mixed it up. Hutson ended up staying with Struble quite a bit, but also may have played with Dobson for a while as well. Engstrom and Jacques paired up a lot. But I wanted to stop here because you might notice that Matheson is missing. He took a hit last game from Rat Marchand, Rat, Evil Rat. And yeah, he wasn't cleared to play the game. I hope that he's okay. He did, I think, practice with the team and he was originally cleared to play the game. But like 10 minutes before midnight, they said that he wouldn't be playing and he was out with a upper body injury, I think. No Gardien, our goalies. Tonight in net is Dobes, and Fowler was sitting on the bench. Montembeault watching from the stands tonight. We are fully in a 3 goaltender rotation. I wonder who draws in next. That's the question. And tonight's goalie matchup will be Dobes versus Bussy. Is it Bussy? Bussy? No, it's definitely, well, at least people are saying Bussy. Want to avoid saying Bussy? I have the juvenile humor of a 8-year-old. So they dropped the puck on this one, the face-off. What kind of game are we going to have tonight? Carolina is a fast team. At times, Carolina can produce a lot of points. Other times, they can lock it down defensively. You never know what you're going to get. But tonight, it's going to be one of those point-scoring nights.
Oh, yes, Barry Kotkaniemi picks it up, looking for a way out. Can't find it. Suzuki shot, and he scores!
Nick Suzuki opens things up. We're just getting started, and Suzuki is already on the board 5-on-5. He gets a little help here from his old buddy KK. He has a nice turnover, and Suzuki puts in a rocket top shelf. I think that a lot of people didn't even realize this went in. Suzuki had to point and say, that's a goal, by the way. So we're off on the right foot. Let's see if they can continue that momentum.
This is exactly the start you want to have against a team like the Carolina Hurricanes, who's not known for coming back from behind.
Demidov passes over and they score!
And they certainly can. Kapanen makes it 2-0. This is just so textbook. They look bored on this play. But Demidov, you got to credit Demidov here. He pulls the play out. He maintains possession long enough that he attracts the defenders, he attracts the goaltenders, just making it as easy as possible for Kapanen to flip this back door. Removes all the defenders from the situation, even the goaltender. Kapanen has no problem putting this in. 2-0 Montreal Canadiens. Now we see barrage putting the hurt on Logan Stankoven. Actually kind of took it easy on him here, honestly. He could have been a lot worse. Although I still held my breath because barrage usually gets penalties on these just because, you know, penalty for being too strong. That wasn't a penalty, but I'll tell you what is this Texier penalty. Awful penalty here. Disgraceful, smacking poor Nick Ehlers right in the nuts. That's going to cost him 2 minutes in the box, and it's these types of penalties that lead to goals like this one.
The stick here of Aho. Back around for Ehlers. Down the wing, moving in. Shot.
Yeah, I feel like you could feel this one coming. It's that type of dishonorable, bad penalty that gets you hurt. For Ehlers here, I think he just gets in tight, finds a shot he likes, kind of finds a different angle with extending his stick and gets by Dobes. It is now 2-1 for Montreal. Cut the lead to 1. Tone of the game feels different, probably because Montreal is not looking very organized suddenly. Everybody took off their thinking caps and just left them on the bench. Sloppy play. Montreal is turning over the puck now. They're not winning their board battles. So yeah, maybe blame Montreal on getting a little bit lazy, or maybe Carolina just became a much stronger team all of a sudden. Either way, Carolina's going to strike again.
Crashes into the boards with Anderson as it comes around. Nice shot.
Aho makes it 2-2, tipped in front. Carrier not being rough enough on his guy. But you can blame Carrier here, or this puck could have been cleared like 3 times. This play could have died like 3 times. They need to play stronger. They need to go back to how kind of they started the game and just lost their touch somehow. They're playing with like a bunch of chickens with their head cut off. And you know what? They're not only going to allow the tied game, they're going to allow Carolina to go ahead.
We'll curl it around the boards. Ehlers out in front. Dobes the save. Still there. They score.
That's Svechnikov making it 3-2. This is just a few minutes later. This is on Hutson, in my opinion. He throws the puck away here. Really, he pulls a real prank on the team. Carrier is trying to collect the puck that Hutson just threw into a mess. He's not able to get there. Carolina jumps on the mistake. He's not going to get there in time. Carolina puts the puck in front of the net. They jump on the mistake here. Montreal is already transitioning the other way, so they need to get back in order to start coverage. It doesn't happen in time, and Carolina puts it in. I wanted to highlight this, and I wanted to talk about this a little bit. Sammy Blais, he is throwing the body around, and he has been really good tonight. He continues that, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But he finishes the night with 7 hits. For me, if you look at his stat line tonight, probably the best stat line of the forward group. He deserved to be a star of the game, but only 10 minutes on ice is what I really wanted to highlight. What's going on here? Give Blais some play. Anyway, I want to hand him his flowers because he played amazing tonight. Sammy Blais, you're a real one. First period ends. Montreal came out strong but fell apart. And fell apart in like the most confusing way possible. Why can't they just play consistently? It frustrates me the most about the team that they come out, they play strong, they play a tight game, and then all of a sudden they fall apart like a house of cards. Anyway, we're on to the second period. Second period starts and Hutson takes an early penalty. Not how you wanted to start the second period when you're down. And do they get punished here? Yeah, they do. They get punished.
And they will set it up right away. Nikishin from the line, long pass.
Nikishin, I think this was Nikishin's goal in the end. 4-2, another power play goal for the Carolina Hurricanes. This got tipped off of something or someone in front. It found its way to the net, and Dobes, I had to watch this back a few times slow to analyze it. And I think I found the best angle that I could here. I think that Dobes saw the shot and he thought it was going wide. I feel like he could have positioned himself better here. He extends himself. He puts up the blocker. But I don't know. This is a tough one to analyze. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about this one. Jacky now shoves Svechnikov. Oof, that's a tongue twister. He gets called for a slash here. Essentially, he loses Svechnikov, and then he gets a little frustrated and throws him in the boards. I feel like Carolina wanted more here. Maybe 2 penalties on Jacky, but they only got 1. Luckily, the Canadiens do kill this penalty. So still in the second period, Carolina is up 4-2. Can the Canadiens come back or at least get a little bit of life here?
Floats it through center. Hutson pokes it ahead. Here's Blais busting in, and he scores!
There we have it. Sammy Blais makes it 4-3, 1 goal away. I was cursing out Gallagher on this play because he didn't just simply get the puck to Sammy Blais up on the boards. I thought that was a good way to transition the play, but I'm an idiot because what he did by getting the puck to Hutson, he opens up so much ice here, so much more room for Blais, because Hutson does try to get the puck to the middle. Blais hustles for it and says, that's my goal. I'm putting this one in, and he does it. Excellent for, I love this for Blais, and I don't think this is his only point of the game. I think he finished with an assist as well. So they're starting to tighten up a little bit, but they're still making it so easy for Carolina. Both teams are giving the puck away, turning it over, and not winning their board battles. It's frustrating to see because you're just wondering why aren't they trying harder? You're hoping that Montreal strikes next, but who knows? It doesn't really look like the momentum is on their side, but then this happens.
Andre Miller fires it off his own man, and here goes Texier. Walking in, passes across, they score!
Texier with some strong work here along the boards behind the play, but really what made this happen was another mistake by Carolina, shooting the puck off a teammate, turning the puck around, and Texier and Caufield jump on that mistake quickly and score on a 2-on-1. Brilliant pass here by Texier, by the way. It does not end there. The mistakes do not end there, and if it wasn't so painfully obvious before, the theme of this game is turning the puck over.
Almost offside here as Anderson was scrambling back. It's given away. Anderson in front, score!
That's right, Josh Anderson, 5-4. Josh Anderson puts it all the way in on Bussi after getting fed this gift by Carolina. Great goal, and Montreal is now ahead, and that's how the period's going to end. 5-4, second period. The comeback is complete, but can they hang on to it? Before they cut to break for the second period, we see Anderson bent over, favoring his left side of his hip. We've seen this before, but I watched back the entire shift. He didn't take any sort of a bump here. He actually came in with speed at a certain part of this shift. So I hope that this is only some sort of a painful agitation that forced him to leave the game, because he does not come back after this. We head to the third period after the commercial break. Dobson's not on the ice either. He blocked a shot in the second period, and if they're missing Anderson and Dobson for this game, that's not good. They face off in the third. Luckily, thank you so much, Dobson has returned to the game. As he returns, they flash this impressive stat on screen saying Dobson has blocked 96 shots this season, which puts him third in the league. David Savard is probably smiling somewhere in Cancun right now. 5-4, you like that lead. You're hoping that they can take it all the way to the end of the game, but a little insurance wouldn't hurt.
Canadiens advance to center. Slafkovsky picking up momentum, and he scores!
Slafkovsky, 6-4, end-to-end for Slav here. I guess he can do this now too. I guess he could just do everything now. He's just that good. What else can I say? He's a beast. He's fantastic. He's having a great season, even better than what you see on paper. And I'm just excited to see more and more of Slav. What's he going to be like next year? He's going to be even better, likely. Speaking of individuals who you like to see getting better and better, I wish so bad Gallagher had this go in. I was rooting for him so much to put this in. I punched my leg pretty hard, I think, after seeing him not score here. Now, with just a little less than 4 minutes remaining, we are looking at an empty net. They have pulled Bussi. So will they be able to strike on the 6-on-5?
Andre Miller for Ehlers in front, bouncing around.
Sebastian Aho makes it 6-5, pulls it within 1. I had to watch this one a few times, and I think they eventually gave this goal to Aho. So I guess Dobson didn't do what he should have done here. He should have been more on top of Aho. But now, with the game within one, this makes things a lot more interesting. Luckily for the Habs, Carolina can't seem to keep it in the zone here, and they dump the puck in. Hutson retrieves the puck, creates a little bit of room for himself, and throws a Hail Mary. And this is about as good as an empty net goal as you can get. 7-5 for Montreal. And that's going to be the game. They finished the game off. There's no Olays in Raleigh tonight. Nobody wanted to make the pilgrimage on January 1st, 2026 to Raleigh, North Carolina. Don't really blame you. Really fun game. There was a lot of defensive blunders and there was a lot of holes in the system. At times it looked like they were coordinated and organized, and at other times they were just not playing their man properly. They were not exhibiting enough urgency. They weren't winning their board battles when they really should have been. So it was a frustrating game in a way, but it was nice to see, a lot of the players getting rewarded. Still want to hand it to Sammy Blais. He did have a goal and assist. He was +1 on the night. Demidov had 2 points. Texier had 2 points. Off had 2 points. Yeah, I really like what I'm seeing. Ivan Demidov is now the point leader for rookies. He's been the point leader for rookies for a while, but he's kind of put himself ahead by quite a bit. 5 points ahead of the next nearest rookie, Beckett Seneke, who has 30 points. Matthew Schaefer has 26, which is very good for a defenseman. Ryan Leonard, 22 points. He's having a good season as well. Oliver Kapanen has 21 points. How many goals does Ryan Leonard have? Oh, he must be all assists. Yeah, Ryan Leonard has 15 assists. Beckett Seneke is on the top with 12 goals, but also on the top is Oliver Kapanen. There's a lot of talk about how Oliver Kapanen is being carried by Slaf and Demidov. It's not a mistake that he's constantly in the right spot. I made a joke a little bit earlier saying how it's lucky that Slaf and Demidov have Oliver Kapanen on their line, because he's making them look like a genius by always being in a great place for them to pass it to him. But no doubt there is chemistry on that line. It's not all just about one player or two players. It's the entire line. They're syncing, they're jiving, they're just working so well together. So yeah, I think you really need to give Kapanen the credit that he is due. But that's going to do it from you guys. Gosh, what's the schedule look like? Honestly, I feel like we should do a live stream soon. That was really fun. We all got to talk, and I got to talk to you guys about whatever questions you had. It's almost like a sanity check between all of us, right? I think we should do that more often. I don't want to do it on a game night, obviously. Friday, January 2nd, there is no game. Saturday, they're playing the Blues at 5 p.m. Oh, that does not work good for me. And then it's a back-to-back on Sunday. They play the Stars. Wait, what time is that one on? 3 p.m. That is really bad. Super bad. We'll make it work, though. Thank you so much for watching. You guys know what to do. Hit the like button. It helps me out with probably something with YouTube's algorithm or something. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I would love to have you. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.
Bonsoir.